ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו. The third patriarch, Jacob, is in Egypt, and he falls ill. And he's about to die also. It's the first time that illness is mentioned in the Torah. So our rabbis say, before Jacob, people suddenly died. Came the time to die, he died. That's it. With Jacob, illness is introduced. In other words, there's some kind of premonition. You're told beforehand you're going to die. Well, that's important. It says in the Torah that somebody told Joseph, your father is about to die. And one wonders, what's going on? What do you mean somebody told Joseph, your father is ill, he's about to die? Joseph should have known that. Jacob had been living there for 17 years and Joseph was all powerful, but maybe the relationship between Joseph and Jacob wasn't that wholesome really during those years in Egypt. Maybe Joseph always thought, who knows what the role of his father was in the sale as a slave. Maybe his father was somehow involved, because when he told his father about his dream of the sun and the moon and 11 stars all bowing to him, his father didn't like it either. Maybe there was some kind of resentment. Or maybe he did not want to have a face-to-face conversation with his father with greater frequency, because eventually his father is going to ask, what happened really to you? And he would have to tell him, he couldn't lie to his father, what his brothers did. And his father always had a doubt as to what really happened. So there was some kind of difficult relationship between Joseph and his father. In any event, his father's about to die. Joseph comes with his two sons, and Jacob says, who are these? And he says, these are my children. I'm a grandfather also. I'm a great-grandfather. I know who my grandchildren are. Jacob didn't know who his grandchildren were. As I say, maybe the relationship wasn't that. He knew he had grandchildren, but he didn't recognize them. Our rabbis say they were dressed as Egyptians, so he said, who are these people? In any event, he says, bring him to me, I want to bless them. And he blesses them, and he says, Becha yevarech, he said, in you, the Jewish people is going to be blessed. And as a matter of fact, we use the same words that Jacob used with these sons, these grandchildren, instead of the blessings that he gave to other children. He says, Yesimcha Elokim ke Ephraim v'chim Menashe. God should make you like Ephraim and Menashe. We do that. Many Jewish parent blesses his children Friday night before reciting Kiddush, or around that time, he blesses his children with the same words that Jacob used to bless his grandchildren. What is so special? Why did Jacob choose Ephraim and Menashe? Why didn't he use that for Joseph himself? Maybe what Jacob was trying to emphasize is continuity. Not only do you have to instruct your children, you have to instruct your grandchildren. They are a symbol of continuity. The children are next to you, the grandchildren are no longer. But if your children are also doing the same thing with your grandchildren, there is continuity. Maybe another reason, some of our commentators say the following. Take a look at brothers in the Bible. Cain kills Abel. Well, that's the worst. Ishmael and Isaac, two different types altogether. Jacob and Esau, problems all the time. Jacob thought Esau wanted to kill Jacob, and he came out to see him with 400 men. Look at the children of Jacob. Problems among the children. Joseph and his brothers. With Menashe and Ephraim, you don't read anything like that. There's harmony. So maybe what you're trying to say is, God should make you like Menashe and Ephraim. Harmony. No fighting. Understanding. Love without any problems among you. Maybe that's the blessing. Some say something else. Where did Ephraim and Menashe grow up? They grew up in Egypt. They were born in Egypt. Their mother was Egyptian. They certainly were surrounded by Egyptian culture, the most important in those days. Yet, they retain their Jewish identity. And this is something very modern for us, where the Jewish people are dispersed all over the world. You know, you speak different languages in different places, but you have to retain your Jewish identity. So maybe the blessing is that your children, you should be able to, notwithstanding that you live in a different country, with different language, you should retain your Jewish identity. In other words, we don't reject the culture that is around us. We absorb many aspects of it. We speak the language also, but we also learn Hebrew. We also keep our tradition. We don't assimilate completely. We nurture from the environment around us, but at the same time, we retain our Jewish identity. Maybe this is why we want to bless our children, Yesimcha Elokim Kefraim v'Chim Menashe. There should be harmony among you, and you should be able, notwithstanding the assimilation, retain your Jewish identity.